District Congressman Glenn Thompson is back on U.S. soil today after getting his first look at the war on terror. And Megan Hughes sat down with him one-on-one to talk about his trips to Iraq and Afghanistan. Megan, what did he have to say?
Jen, after getting a first-hand look, Thompson says he agrees with the president's strategy in Iraq and Afghanistan. He also brought home a message from Western Pennsylvania service members.
When Congressman Glenn Thompson met these Western Pennsylvania service members in Iraq, he had one question.
I asked him, well, what can I do for you? You know, what, as a member of Congress and just as an American, what can I do for you here? And the consensus was tell the message, how celebrate our successes, the good things that have accomplished here.
Nearly 6 years after the war started, Thompson says he saw signs of progress, like this women's clinic where U.S. soldiers built solar panels to give them electricity.
It's a great system, and for the investment they put into it, they now are able to handle these emergencies 24 hours a day.
So what did he think when President Obama last week announced most of the troops will be leaving the country?
Let me say this as plainly as I can. By August 31st, 2010, our combat mission in Iraq will end.
In a one-on-one interview with WJAC, Thompson tells me he watched it with military leaders, and they all agreed.
It was very impressive, the fact that the Iraqi security forces, including the police forces, are stepping up. There's a lot more to do, and what we need to do, we've got stability there in Iraq at this point compared to Afghanistan.
Thompson also visited Afghanistan, where the U.S. military is now shifting 20,000 troops. He says those troops are needed, not because the U.S. isn't succeeding, but because a bigger force will help us win.
And it gets a lot of news about the increased violence in Afghanistan. Well, there's more instances of violence because we're engaging the enemy more.
Thompson was one of 6 members of Congress to make the trip. He said the highlight by far was meeting those Pennsylvania soldiers who he called heroes. In Washington, Megan Hughes, WJAC TV News.